Hello everyone. In this video, we are gonna watch a very simple use case of Kafka in which we are gonna put a streaming data kind of stuff into an S3 bucket, and we are gonna do that in a specific format. Uh, and like this is a very simple boiled down architecture in which there's an API which pushes the data into Kafka. There's a Kafka broker in it, and there's a Kafka topic inside it. And from that topic, we are gonna uh, put that data into S3, and yeah. So and that we are gonna like format the data. We are not gonna format the exact data, but we are gonna format the way it is stored. Like for example, this is the path of our S3 bucket. Then we have already created a folder, Kafka data inside it. And then what we are going to do is we are going to create a folder by the name of the current date. So today's date is 5/11/12, so 5/11/25. So it will be like, or whatever, you get my point. It is going to create a folder by today's date, and then we're going to create a file according to the hour. Like for example, currently let's say 7th hour, so hour underscore 7.json. Yeah, we are going to save the file in JSON formats, and then it is also going to have our underscore 8.json. Like it will keep on creating the files as per the JSON, sorry, as per the every hour. Okay. And in this particular video, we're not gonna see like how we're gonna process the data and all of that stuff. That will be out of this scope. But in this video, we are gonna only see how we are gonna get the data from an API and then pass it through Kafka, a specific Kafka topic, and then to an S3 bucket. Okay, so for that, first we need to create an S3 bucket. Here I have already created an S3 bucket, but I will show you how to create an S3 bucket again in a minute. It is one of the simplest thing in S3. It is quite literally the simplest thing in S3. So I don't think there should be a problem while creating a bucket. We are simply gonna press on create and bucket. Then uh, we are gonna use the general purpose bucket. Then you have to name every bucket. We have to name your bucket such that the name of the bucket is unique throughout AWS services, throughout AWS, like everywhere in the world. So how about you put a name and then Kafka data that should be actually unique, and we are gonna ignore all of this stuff for now, and then we are gonna just press create bucket. Okay, for I have already a bucket, so I will not create a bucket. Okay, and here is my bucket actually. uh, I will show you again. So this is my bucket, and I should have created a folder. Um, hmm, I think I forgot to create. Wait a second, let me just verify. Kafka data. Okay. So I forgot to create a folder. I will create a folder right now. Like this is how I will create a folder. And Kafka data. I'm naming it this because I have already written a code specific to this certain folder name. And then I will press on create the bucket, sorry, folder. Now this folder is created, and as I said, it the R code or our pipeline should actually create a folder, another folder inside this specific folder by the name of the current day, and then inside it should create different files according to the hour. Okay, let's go to VS Code. Here is the data generation. Like I'm faking the data. I'm not actually using any kind of API because that would that would have been more complicated for the purpose of this video, but it wouldn't change much because if you have an API, you just create a Kafka producer like this. And currently I'm using my Kafka on my local device, so that's why localhost 9092. I'm not even using Docker because I had some problems using Docker, but it shouldn't matter that much. So I'm creating a Kafka producer, then I'm faking the data using random and faker libraries, and then it is gonna create data and produce the data into a specific Kafka topic, that is API data, and dump the data with encoded in the JSON format with UTF-8 encoding, and then it is going to flush, and after 1 second it is going to stop for 1 second. It is going to create another data chunk, and it is going to push that as well. It is going to keep doing it till we stop the file. Then we have this file which actually gets the data from the Kafka consumer. And what I have done here is I have given some credentials. Yeah, these are confusing. I will explain you this in just a minute, but for now bear with me. Some Kafka credentials, and then I have used boto3.client to connect it to my S3. Okay. um, this is a little bit complex topic, so not complex, but for now just assume that uh, this is the region name. You know what region we are gonna using. Like we have a region Asia Pacific Mumbai, so that should be South, right? AP South, AP South 1. So that's basically inside it, and we have access key and secret key. What that is exactly, I will tell you in just a minute. You must have seen that I had put IAM over here. The reason behind that is because we are going to create an IAM user to provide permissions for our code to like put data into S3 basically. For that, you have to open your IAM tab, and inside that tab, we are going to create a user, and I already have two users, so I will not create another user, but so I will show you how to create that AWS access key and AWS secret key. I will not create another one for me, but I will just show you how I did it. Well, um, where's it? Where is it? Where is it? Create access key. Yeah. So for now, we are gonna select command line interface because we are running our code um, e- um, on VS Code. Then I understand. Then we can give any kind of description. Then after creating the access key, what it will do is it will show you this only once. Okay, so you can download the CSV file and keep it somewhere safe. It will show you this only once. You have to keep it somewhere safe, and this access key is gonna allow this specific piece of code to actually execute our whatever task we are giving it to into the S3 bucket. Okay, and see, you can actually see that I haven't directly put my access key in this code because I have created a different file in which there are variables by the name of AWS access key and AWS secret key and bucket name, and that way I can actually change it in just one place. And while uploading this code to GitHub, I have to upload all these files but not this file, so that way my access keys are protected. That's just a quick hack I use generally, and I will not be explaining this code because it is quite a long code. It will take quite some time, but I suggest you to go through this code because if you know Python and you know how to use some of these services, you will actually get it pretty soon. It shouldn't take more than half an hour to understand this code. Okay, then we have to start our Kafka. Well, if I'm not wrong, I have my Kafka over here. Okay, yeah. So um, I have my Kafka files over here, and inside bin, inside Windows, we have files like there must be a file named Zookeeper. Yeah, okay. So zookeeper.start. Uh, I'm not going to explain Kafka architecture in this video, but if you are aware, you know what I'm telling you. We will be using these files to run our zookeeper, then our broker, then our producer, then our consumer, etc. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start some what terminals and in this exact location. By entering this, you can create some terminals, and I have already created few terminals over here. You can see the location is same, and what we are going to do is we are going to use certain certain what's it commands of Kafka to actually run those batch files which we just saw. Well, this particular command will actually run our zookeeper. So let's start it. It is gonna take a few seconds. It doesn't generally take this long. I don't know why it is taking this long. Uh, till then, okay, yeah. So it has begun starting now. Okay. Now, oh, I had already kept it starting. Well, I'm gonna start a broker. How I'm gonna do it is by this command. I will provide you all of these commands in the description again in my GitHub link. Okay, and by this command we are gonna start the broker, and I have already created a Kafka topic by the name API data. Okay, so I'm not gonna um, start. I'm not gonna create another topic, but I will just show you. Mm, huh. This should actually show us all the Kafka topics I have created. These are the Kafka topics I have created. I will give you this command as well to check if you have already created a Kafka topic by a certain name. And see, you can see there's a Kafka topic by the name API data. We are gonna start a producer. Uh, Wait a second. Yeah. So we are gonna start a producer by the name producer for the topic API data, and this I will provide you again in the description. So this should actually start, and in another terminal we are gonna start a consumer for the same topic. Now this must be started. See, if now here I type any message, it will be, it should be okay. So it is receiving it in the consumer. Now what I can do is I can start my data generation file first. Yeah, so here I have two terminals again. You're gonna have to play with terminals a lot. uh, is this the file? Yeah, okay, it is the file. I'm gonna run it. What this is doing is it is producing data in JSON format with all of this, what columns or whatever you want to call it, and it is pushing that data or producing that data to the API data Kafka topic. Okay, so we are gonna get our data over here pretty soon. Okay, yeah, so we have started getting our data, and as you can see, it is pushing the data every 1 second. Okay, yeah, so now we are gonna run this file, and this file should push the data to our S3 bucket. I think it should be started now. Okay, we will check our S3 bucket. It will push data almost instantaneously. Okay, so see the file, sorry, the folder is already created, and inside that folder, yeah, so there's a file named data underscore 13 because it is okay, and according to 24-hour clock, it is the 13th hour, I assume, or I don't know, but I think it should be like that only. So that's why it is. Oh, okay, I get it. It is using this specific time format. That's why it is creating the data underscore 13 file. We can change that, but right now I will just keep it as it is. Then okay, so it has created this file. You can see it is for now 110 KB. After refreshing it, it should increase somewhat. I don't remember how much buffer I have put. We can check that. Wait a second. Okay. Hmm. Okay, so I have put a buffer for 100 records, and I have put buffer for 5 minutes. Okay, that's quite a long buffer. But what this means is after every 100 records, it is gonna push those records into the S3 bucket. Till then, the records will be saved over here. Not over here, well, basically over here. If you know Kafka architecture, then you know all of this already. But API data, okay. This is where it will be stored, and you can see that there are three folders. That is because I have done the partition 3. Again, if you know Kafka, then you know what this is, what I mean. And I will just download this file to show you how this looks like. Okay. Okay, so here's the data. As you can see, it has all the columns which we had generated using our data generation.py file, and it is pushing that to our S3 bucket. And every, like, I think at 7:30 it should create another file by the name data_14. I will for now pause this video and show you at 7:30 if it has created another file or not. Okay, so it is already 7:29 now. We will see if the new file gets created at 7:30. Why 7:30 and not 8 is because it is using this different time zone, or whatever. That's why I think at every like 30 minutes at ITC, it will create a new file. Okay, we will wait till it's 7:30. Mm, hmm. Uh, Till then, I will give you just a recap what we have done. We have basically mimicked an API and put the data through a Kafka topic and put that data into an S3 bucket in a certain format. And we have given this permission to Kafka or whatever code we are writing in Python by IAM, creating a user and creating an secret access key and access key. And then we have put that in a different file so that I can hide it basically, and all this. Okay. Okay, so it is 7:30. I think it should have created a new file now. Let's see. Hmm. Well, why is it not creating a file? Maybe consumer is running, producer is running. These two files are running. Oh. Okay. 31. It should do it now. Oh, interesting. I think what it is doing is it is waiting for that buffer to get clear. Yeah, so this buffer, we will wait for a few more minutes, then I think it will surely be created. Till then, I was giving you the overview. Um, so yeah, what we had done is this file kind of mimics the API, and it is creating this many, what data points every second, and it is pushing that through Kafka API data, Kafka topic named API data. It is dumping that data encoded in UTF-8 format, then it is flushing it. And in this code, basically, we are creating connection to our S3 by Boto3, and we are like this code will take some time to explain. That's why I'm not explaining it in this specific video. And then then we connected it to our S3 by IAM users and all that. Okay, let's see if it has created a new file. Okay, it has created a new file. Not surprising, of course, but see, it has created a new file at this specific time. and this file was last updated on this specific time. What does this mean? See, it has exactly 100 seconds of time difference if you can calculate, and that's exactly what we expected to. So thank you so much. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching.